Hey everyone, this is micFreak. Welcome to the Audio Infusion Green Room Sessions. So, who is micFreak? I'm a dad, I'm a husband, I'm a musician, I'm a DJ, I'm a producer. I write songs as well. I DJ around Baltimore and the DC area, and I love house music and I make house music, and that's my life. That's the kind of music I want to do. So during the day I teach music for the Baltimore City Public Schools, and it's a really good job. I get to teach kids how to play instruments and how to sing, and it's really enjoyable seeing those kids perform. A lot of my kids have performed all over Baltimore, and we played for the mayor, we played for different organizations, and it's nice seeing there's that growth in music in their lives. So that's one of the rewarding parts of being a music teacher. So growing up, some of my favorite artists were Michael Jackson. Actually, I was named after Michael Jackson. My mom was a big fan of Jackson 5, and yeah, he's one of my favorites. He's one of my musical heroes. I always look up to producers, so I like Quincy Jones, Stevie Wonder. I love his music. Then as I was getting older, I got into bands. I was listening to Depeche Mode. Then I got into Metallica. I got into rock music. Then, I pretty much grew up with how pop music has changed. So I got into a lot of big bands like Nirvana back then. And then eventually, someone invited me to go to a warehouse party after band practice, and that's where I discovered dance music, and that's where I fell in love with it. So, how many instruments can I play? I play the guitar, I play the bass, I play the keyboard, I play the drums, the cello, the violin. I kind of understand how most of the musical instruments work since I majored in music. But my favorite instrument, I guess, is the piano. I've written a lot of songs in it. And then the guitar, I'm not a good guitar player, but I understand how it works. And I love listening to guitar music if I'm not making dance music. So when I was playing music for bands, I was very curious how people were making their music, how they were recording their music. And I discovered the cassette, and I could record myself playing the keyboard plugged into the cassette. So that's how I kind of started. Then once I got into dance music, I researched and found this software called Cakewalk, and everyone was just using that. I learned how to use it. Then eventually I got into collecting drum machines. So I started collecting a couple of Roland boxes, like the MC series, the MC505, the MC303, and the Roland MC5 909. And I just loved making music with those. Then I discovered Ableton, which pretty much has everything you need to make music, and now I'm using it as like my main platform for creating music. So my first record, it was done on Cakewalk. It's probably somewhere in the internet. You can find it if you Google. It's somewhere there, because I know a friend of mine just put it up there and just sent me a link several months ago. It didn't sound that good, but I was really proud back then. I was making music already, and it was pretty exciting. And to hear it now, it kind of makes me cringe, but the fact that I was making music back then, it was really exciting time. So how did I end up being a DJ and being a producer from starting as a musician. Like after our band practice, a good friend of mine invited me to go to a warehouse party, and I didn't have any idea what it was. I just went along, and they told me there was this guy, Derek May, who I didn't know back then. He played an all vinyl set, and I was like amazed at how he was mixing all those records together. And I kind of wanted, I wanted to learn how that music was made. And from then on, I went to Yahoo and Google and researched all those stuff in making music. So that's how I started. But at heart, I'm a musician, but I love house music. I love dance music. I fell in love with that through that event right there, through that rave party, as we call it back in the day. So some of my memorable performances are, I will always remember that time where I played at the Paradox. It's one of the legendary places here in Baltimore. That was really special for me. And the other one is Flash down in DC. Of course, my first performance here in America was really memorable. It was an event called Transit. It's still running now I think it's been around for like 12, 13 years already, and it's a weekly party down in Virginia. And I remember I was really nervous because I had to learn how to DJ and all that in like 2 weeks, and yeah, that was pretty memorable. So I love writing songs, but the problem is I don't have a really good voice, so I usually hire or collaborate with a couple of singers to do my songs. It's usually I start it, then write a couple of lyrics, send them a demo, and then if they like it, it builds up from there. Sometimes we talk in the studio, or if it's virtual, I'll FaceTime the guys while they're doing their sessions, and it's nice. The world is getting smaller. I can collaborate with anyone now with the internet and send demos back and forth. So I've done a lot of songs with people from other countries like England and from the Philippines, where I have a lot of friends and a lot of people I work with. So it's been awesome. I love writing songs. So I started going back into dance music through this guys. There was this band called Alternate Seduction, and they were looking for a keyboard player. I saw their ad on Craigslist. And they sent me their demos, and I was very interested in their sound. And I realized from when I heard their demos that I wanted to play keyboard for the band. And yeah, they hit me up, sent me their demos, and I sat with them and told them like this is my vision of how we can make your songs and perform it live. And from then on, I had a great working relationship with them. I've done a remix for them as well, and yeah, it was interesting, being in a dance music band where usually we think of dance music as just DJs, but there's a couple of groups that try to merge those sounds together, being in a band and playing dance music. So it was a great experience, and that kick-started me in playing dance music again and making dance music.
Here. Also, I think the best local producer in the DMV is micFreak, bar none. His productions are expertly crafted, and I can't get enough of them. I probably play one of his songs every set that I play. I think he's a wild talent.
So I heard about Confetti saying nice stuff about me. I'm a big fan of hers. First of all, I think she's one of those forward-thinking DJs who's pushing the sound of house music here in the area. And for her to say that, I'm really flattered. We've DJ'd together a couple of times, several times already, and when I remember the first time I DJ'd, she came up to me and say, "Hey, you sound good," and I was really flattered when she said that. And I guess that kind of inspired me to just keep doing this and keep DJing and keep making dance music. So yay, shout out to Confetti. I love you. So what's in store for the future? I've started a record label 2 years ago and we're doing pretty good. It's called Funk Trap Records, and we've released a couple of awesome EPs that have hit the charts, and I hope to keep doing that, keep building from it. I have a lot of EPs coming out. One is from Quantize Records. Stay tuned for that. I'll also sign an EP with Angelo Ferrari from Defected. He has his own label as well. Stay tuned for that. It's from Mood Funk Records. I'm finishing up a couple of tracks. Hopefully get it signed with a couple of other labels. So right now I'm just hustling, and my hustle is making music, so I'm gonna keep doing that. So stay tuned. There's gonna be a lot of music coming out. Like I have like 20 that's in the pipe right now, so stay tuned for that. Hey, so thank you to everyone who supported my music. Shout out to Mr. Veit, who's also my production partner. To the Deep Tech family down in DC. Shout out to Infusion for having this and for keeping house music alive here in Baltimore. Shout out to the producers who are chugging and keeping that dance music alive and working real hard and putting out some great productions. Those people who've worked hard, you have to keep doing it. You have to keep that faith that things are gonna go your way. Just keep working at it, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon in a couple of shows.